Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stalker. This is going to be episode 101, which is a very good point to be because I'm going to give you 101 reasons as to what I'm about to do. Actually, hopefully it's not that long. I don't want to bore everybody to death with that many reasons, but nevertheless. All right, hang on, Astrid. I'll give you a drink. All right. So we're going to wait for this storm to be over with for starters. Hang on. Let's get rid of these canisters. Bye-bye. Oh, we got another fire striker. Let's take this off. Let's take this off. And I want to take these off. They're going to get worn out. Let's go over to the other room in this loud storm. Because I don't want to get these any more ruined than they already are. Murdoch, I'm going to move you over here. Our special code up there. We are going to repair these, but I think we're going to use repairing these as a good way to kill time while we try this too greedy, too deep, too greedy, too greedy, too deep. I forget what it's called. I was doing a little research on it, and one of the things I noticed it's a little longer than I thought it was. It's 25 days. So it takes 25 days to get to the bottom. Let's see what, let's drop this and drop this. Sure, why not? 25 days down below. Oh, I wish this storm would go away. I feel like I'm having to yell over top of it. Okay, we got our acorns and are good. All right. A little bit of food here. So I don't think the food is the issue. And I'll reference something here. Again, I'm kind of stalling because I was hoping the storm would be over with. Here, I will turn the volume down a little bit so we don't have it so loud. Actually, one of the more frequent people who watches this series and leaves quite a few comments, Rhinomax, has been actually chatting with me. We were actually chatting over a Pickle Little stream about him attempting this, and one of the things that caught my eye, and one of the things he's talked about is that he attempted this and ended up having to back out after 22 days, and that's like 2 days short of the goal, and it was because the cabin fever had kicked in and caused him to where he couldn't sleep, and it was costing him health and everything. And so, although, oh, thank you, Storm, for going away. And although we have some coffee, and we have a little bit of some birch bark here, From what he was talking about, as enthusiastic as I am to want to try this, I don't think I am as prepared as I need to be to do this. And the main reason I don't think I'm prepared enough is that we don't have enough caffeine here or enough birch bark to heal ourselves. Because once you can't sleep, you do start to lose health. So we were going to make the preppers pies to try to help with mitigating that. Even though we don't know exactly how it works, we were going to try to make those, but I don't have the hammer here. Now, it's a good possibility it could be down in the mine and we could go hunt it down or what have you. But I thought about doing that, and then I came to the realization that we're kind of short on supplies for making this happen. We really kind of need to um, consider doing something that I hadn't thought about doing. And that is, I'm thinking about leaving the region. And I'm thinking about leaving the region back to Lower Great Bear. And my main thought process is for that is so that we can go gather more acorns. We can then find a hammer, which we should find one either back at home base or by the muskeg or what have you. We can do the acorn grounds we need to make the prepper's pie. We also could use a whole bunch more birch bark tea. And I know that Rhino had talked about doing some trades with the trader for some caffeine pills. I don't know that I'm going to go quite that far, but I mean, if we do go back into Coastal Highway, that might be an option. My thinking is more, it would probably just benefit to go back to just Pilfer Mystery Lake and Pleasant Valley. But then again, if we're in Mystery Lake, it might be just as easy to go through Ravine onto Coastal and maybe look at what the traders, see if we can make that trade for even a few caffeine pills. And work on getting, there's a lot of acorns there too on the way out in Coastal. So it might be worthwhile to go back. It's a long trek. It's kind of a pain to think about doing. But if we go, I'm going to leave the wolf clothing here and we'll travel cold on our way back, and that'll lighten us up a little bit. But I'm thinking about leaning out what we're carrying right now. We can definitely drop a lot of this stuff and leave it behind. I might even go so far as to leave the bow here and just not take really any kind of protection at all. We'll take the flares maybe to protect ourselves. But I'm thinking about leaning out. We go as light and lean as we can, and we just hot foot it back. We do have one go drink, but that makes you sleepy as soon as it's done. So that's not a good. It's not as good as the caffeine would be. So we might have more coffee that we could grab. We could definitely grab some more birch bark teas, which add a certain level. So I have a feeling that if I really want to do this on this run and not have to quit early because I'm going to die, I think that it would be best to do it by going back. And it's not that I want to. I don't really want to make that long walk back. The other thing that might benefit us for doing that too is that um, if we go on the way back, we're going to have been outside for quite a while. So that's going to help us mitigate. So maybe what we do is we come back and we go immediately underground. We got all our ducks in a row and we go immediately underground. So I think what I need to do is I need to go back over to the mine real quick, go see what we've got. Just going to eat this. Because we left some food right outside the door. So my thinking is let's go to the mine. Let's go see what we've got for food. Double check that. And then, oh, look at all these carrots. And potatoes. I think there's a stew we can make too. Now that I'm thinking about it. Which is the one that heals you? Max condition. Venison. That's for sleeping. Ranger stew. That takes rabbit and venison. That's a possibility. The other thing too is the not only the prepper's pie gets rid of it. Well, okay, this one does the condition, which is good, and it does the cabin fever. But the rosehip pies are also like a coffee. So if we could put together, we can do some peach pies and some rosehip pies. We could augment that with the birch bark and what have you. So and we could cook that all downstairs. So maybe we take some oil with this. 30. Is that? All right. So I'll tell you what. Where's that 31 at? Let's leave the 31 behind. We'll take the 2 full bags down with us, along with this frying pan. And then we'll take rose hips down with us. I think we'll take these with us on the way out. And maybe go ahead and leave these downstairs too. We could wear them over there. You know what? That's fine. Just wear that. Take these with us. We got mushrooms here. We got burdock. We could get some more burdock. That would help for making the other pies. This is going to give us access to supplies. But we could definitely pick up more rose hips. I mean, good knows that Orland muskeg is probably loaded with this. So again, as much as I don't want to make the trek back, is as much as I need to make the trek back. We should come back better prepared to do this task if this is what I really want to do. And we're on a road to 500 days, so it's not like we're on a schedule. It's not like we've got something keeping us from. So going back is just more time spent. We need to keep ourselves busy. So this is a crazy feat to do anyway. Especially crazy to do it on a long run. And we're not even at the halfway point. So alright, so let's get this stuff downstairs. Assess what we have for food. We may have to come back and we may need to hunt the bear again and process the second bear if it's back. Or bring some more cured meats with us. That might be another good reason to go to Coastal Highway. We got plenty of salt there. maybe we could take advantage of the situation where we go to Pleasant Valley. We could hunt, put something in the curing box, and then we go to Coastal. All right, here's all that meat. Hey. Oh, we're slow as molasses. I don't hear any wolves. I think I've dispatched all of them. And I believe I have to be in this building here. Get them mixed up. What are the pies that we have? We have ptarmigan pies. Okay. Is this where I need to be? I think so. I think the elevator shaft's right over here.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
I know, Astrid. I know. We've got a lot of stuff to carry down. You got a whole bunch of stuff right here that we need to carry down. And there's some more meat right here. All right. So, tell you what. Let's lose all the weight. Is there a box over here? Here we go. It's be easier than picking it up off the ground. We can leave that behind. That. There we go. That lightened us up. There's all kinds of wonders. Oh, we got flares and a lantern. Okay. See what? Oh. You had to be too much, huh? How about some water? Drink some water. See if that's enough. Almost. All right. Maybe on the next trip. I didn't be able to bring some more flour back with us. Okay, leave this pot down here. You know what? Let's leave a couple of these 100% torches down here. Maybe make some arrows down here. All right, the other thing we were going to leave behind is the wolf coat, the wolf headgear, and the wolf pants. They all need to be repaired. Whoops. So there's no sense in wearing this stuff and ruining it any further. We do have the items to repair it, but we might as well repair it down here. So what we can do is when it's daytime hours, we can sit in the dark and we can repair that, and that'll help us pass time. So that should lighten our load quite a bit. And oh, we got more meat over here. Tell you what. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Let's put this over here. Try to keep this stuff together. All right, let's go back up and grab the rest of that stuff. I'll tell you what. Can we leave that behind too? That way we can grab this other one on the way down, maybe? Hang in there, Astrid. We're going to take a break here. We're recovering slowly.
If I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
It gives us a little bit of lift. I think we're taking that down for shredding purposes, but that may have overweighted us here. I think I put the bedroll in here, didn't I? Okay, let's grab that real quick. Quick nap. We're exhausted. Hey, we're unburdened. All right, back down. I'm gonna see if I can get this lantern while we're right here. Where'd you go? All right, that does not overdo it. I know, Astrid. I'm wearing you out today. Well, we got to prepare for this.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
I think I was taking this a little too mildly. Thinking that it was going to be simpler than what it was. And like I said, my conversation and comments with Rhino and a few other people got me to thinking that I was going to be doing this only to fail at it. So it's nice to know we've got probably have enough calories down here. We're getting close, at least. These can be, you know, maybe another deer. Food-wise, I think we're good. Unless you're going to be making these to do rose hips and the prepper's pie. So those are going to be food and aid, plus the tea. So, and we can make all of that down here, which I think is funny. This is I think one of the hiccups in the game. If you have the fire and you have a can, you can make water. Well, I don't know if anybody noticed. There's not a lick of snow around to be melting. So there is a certain ironic thought that we can just make water down here without an issue. Seeing how we're going to be gone, I see a couple pieces of coal here. We're going to go ahead and move these. And maybe these coal will respawn. Put a fire striker in here too. One other thing I should think about doing is leaving the chemical boots behind. Problem is I don't know what I have at the other. Didn't think about that while I was up by the mines stuff. So, what's in here? More flares. The gold nugget. Yeah, I should leave these behind when we leave. You can't repair them. I could have sworn there was a light over here, like the one that's down the way there. You can see that light. I thought there was one down here. All right. Let's go up here and take another nap. I think this is going to be our home. Oh, look, we did make birch bark teas here. Okay. So we are slightly ahead of the game, more than I remembered. I don't remember doing this. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We definitely need more. We probably need that whole shelf to be filled. All right, I don't want to sleep all. I want to be able to get out of here. Let's try 2 hours. Probably should just sleep through the night. We're going to get so exhausted climbing out. That's good to know. I'm glad I came down here. I did not remember doing that. Wasn't much in that jerry can, was there? Yeah, I didn't think there was. All right, we'll leave this down here, and we'll leave this one up top. This might be a good use for that Go drink. We do have it available. All right.
I just need to close my eyes.
I know you're exhausted. Here, let's go ahead and use this. There you go. Feels much better. All right, pick that up. All right, I feel like the underground base is a little better shape. I'm glad I found those teas, but I still don't think we have enough. Even though with those found, I don't think there's enough. So I think I'd like to go ahead and we'll head back. So let's get back up here to the camp. We can thin out our inventory. We need to take, I think we need to take the acorns with us because I don't necessarily want to haul the hammer back here. So I think it'd be better to take that with us and bring back the grounds. Plus we could get them prepped and ready at a more favorable cooking space, like a 6-burner stove. There is a little lack of wildlife here too, so I mean there are a few deer and there was the bear, but there's not like a bunch. I mean, we get back to Pleasant Valley, I mean we probably could go drop a couple of deer in a small area and bring back more food, but it's really not the food that I think I'm worried about more than anything. I'm more worried about birch bark, making the rosehip pies, and I'd almost like to
Feels
do
like
it
night is
without the
coming.
trader. I think that would be a more interesting way to go about it.
I am too tired to think straight.
No shade on anybody that did it with the trader and the caffeine pills, but I think it might be interesting to try to do it without it, using just the cooking and the natural stuff. I mean, you don't grab a ton of the tea making materials in Stalker anyway. I mean, rose hips and stuff. So we could just grab stuff along the way and make a bunch of rose hip pies, make a bunch of those prepper pies, bring back a whole bunch of birch. And we can get birch in Mystery Lake and a bunch in Pleasant Valley. So I think Pleasant Valley going back to the main base is going to be important. Oh, you got an aurora. Just as well we're coming back here to sleep. Speaking of which, right here. Should have left those downstairs, but too late for that. I want all of those. Definitely want all that coffee. It'll also give us a lot of this stuff here to cure. So like all this stuff we need to do the repairs, those will all get cured. Oops. All right. Let's leave those here. We have a pair of shoes. Nothing here. Well, I don't want to walk back barefoot. I know there was combat boots down at the bottom. I should have brought them with me. Oh well. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Ooh, I saw you over there. Sneaky Pete. Yeah, I hear you. Where you're at, but let's not risk it. You just stay out there. Empty locker. Oh, he's right there. I think we can make it to this other building. Oh, shush. Well, there's a jacket we could wear. Oh, I forgot about our mucklucks. There we go. I forgot we had these. All right, so drop those. Where are those? We'll save these for the trip back. And then because we're lacking a coat, maybe we could repair that a little bit. Can we repair this? We can't. Why don't we give that a repair? $55%. Ooh, that's weighing this down. That was meant to go downstairs. I forgot to leave it behind. That was going to be our shred. Time killer thing. Painkillers. All right, Astrid, let's get a good night's sleep here. Just eat that. Drink. $180 days later. Sleep a few more hours. We had a long walk. And it doesn't sound like a great day to travel, but it's going to be what it's going to be. All right. Well, I think we grab some water and we get this journey underway. How we doing on weight? We're doing pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. We got shoes back on again. We're missing one pair of pants, but we can pick up something along the way, maybe. Uh-oh. Got dreaded fog. Acorns to make. Don't think we need that. I don't even think we need this. I might bring the knife along just in case we need to carve something along the way. The hacksaw can stay here. Trying to go light. I'm going to bring the bedroll for reasons. Okay. Well, let's go over to the cantina here. Oh, you're over there. I couldn't tell where he was coming from, so. Oh, shush. Oh, hush. Okay. Got that. I'm going to go ahead and eat these sardines. Maybe we bring one of those with us. I think we're good on food. Not going to starve to death by any stretch of the means. We got a knife here, so if I don't forget to bring that back. Okay. Glimmerfod's got a stutter in a bit. I'll be glad when episode 5 comes out here. Actually, I'm recording this about a week and 2 days before episode. It's the 22nd, so 9 days. Not tired enough to sleep. All right, pastime. Oh, radio's still on. Yeah, and all the wolves are back, and they're being a pain, and I wasn't going to take a weapon. All right. I'm going to take this with me. There's stuff to make another one here. There's 2. They're not cured yet, are they? Well, they'll be cured on the way back. We have enough to make them. But if we're going to travel in this fog, we're going to want a defensive stature. Oops. We're still about 10 pounds underweight, so. Noisy, noisy, noisy. Really? I haven't even gotten out the door yet. Eh. It's still right there. Hard to see. I'm going to err on the side of caution. I mean, we're not in a hurry. We really aren't.
Man, I am too tired to think straight.
Really? Tired over what? You were just lying on the floor. Sleep for an hour. Something woke you up. It was the dang wolves, I swear. All right, radio's still going.
The voice on the radio.
Hey, Sutherland,
Here it is.
what do you got? We were just talking about this today. This is like the most ridiculous place to do a trade from. But the one thing I can look at is, what do you got? You got vitamin C, Porter's stew. What does this do? Boost the condition of encumbrance at the price of fatigue. She's got replacement muckluck. That's always good. And cereal. All right, so I don't even see the caffeine pills available. That's kind of what I was thinking. I just,
Time to buzz off.
yeah, it was more curiosity than anything, bud. All right, so let's see if we can get past this fog. I'm not. Yeah, you're gonna be a pain in my butt, aren't you? That's why people live underground here. Sleep with the door open. The dogs won't come in. Tell you what, let's do it this way.
I could eat a horse.
It's gonna be one of those all-day things, isn't it? Still, still going on. There we go. All right. Well, maybe we can get out of town at least. Oh, look at the glimmer fog like fade out. All that blue. That was cool. All right. Let's see if we can at least get to
Far behind.
the transfer. All right, zone of contamination. We're not leaving. We'll be back. Murdoch, keep everything safe while I'm gone. Forgot I left you on the table. You're one less thing to have to carry. And we're not too cold. All right. Not the most exciting thing that I want to do as far as having to traipse back to the main part of Great Bear, but I think we got to. After what he had said about Rhino, that is, after he said that he was down there 22 days and had to quit, I was like, I need to be better prepared because it would be so hard
So hungry in my life.
to put that kind of time into that and to get 3 days away and then have to bail because you're going to lose the run. So I think it's going to be worth doing this. And like I said, besides, we got no. What else? We've talked about doing like mapping and photographs. This is the hardest thing about doing these long runs for me. Doing this long game is hard. It's hard to keep motivated. It's hard to keep focused. Because for me, the funnest part of the game is the setup, that first 50 days, getting the things ready. This is where it might be more interesting to do like an outer stalker, outer loper, things to make it a little more difficult. Stalker is a fun level. I've enjoyed it for a long time. I love it. But it needs tweaked. I think the loot needs to be brought down some. I mean, it's like all they did was add more wolves. They're a little bit stronger. Yeah, this is really good for your lungs. So let's run. So you have to take deeper breaths. I think one of the things they could have done with Stalker that would have been an acceptable tightening up of making it harder would be is maybe take away the pistol. Take one of the or take one of the firearms away. The pistol makes it so easy to get around with the wolves and stuff. So maybe take the pistol away. Um, make some of the better clothing harder to get a hold of. Maybe make them trader only. Maybe make them harder to get to. Getting another Aurora. You can hear the music in the background. Which is fine. I mean, I think with this amount of rest, which I just noticed, we need to eat something. Let's get out of this zone first. There's the noise. Have a zap bar and feel the energy. All right, we don't have much recording time left, but I'd like to get at least out of Transfer Pass. Maybe we can get to the far territory. Even if we can get to a cave to sleep in. Don't really have much for a predator along this path. We got way too much energy to try to stay the night. But we have an excuse now to go and harvest a lot of the rose hips that we tend to pass by. You don't need the teas because it's not quite as cold here. Which is another thing they could do into Stalker that would be a little more difficulty is add a little more cold. You get some really good clothing. Maybe have the temperature dips a little faster.
All I can think food.
Really? That's it? No horses? No drinking about pee? You got so many things you talk about. It's a no wonder Will wrecked the plane. I mean, just weren't the best road companion, you know, talking about these subjects. He drove him crazy. He wanted to wreck the plane. Let's stay a little thirsty, just on the outside chance we need to make a tea. We got all of these acorns. I did notice flour on the trader's deal, so we can do that. We can make oil. Go hunting. I don't know if we'd have enough time to cure it in the salt deal, but that might be an idea. Guess it all depends on how much time we spend down here. It's probably going to be a few days. I can't see it being walk to the main base in Pleasant Valley and then walk right back. We're going to have to do some hunting. We'll have to do some scrounging. Some scavenging. We need ingredients. We need birch bark. I'm curious to see what the prepper's pie does for us. Maybe we can find some more burdock. We'd been avoiding burdock a lot because of the running joke with having the one as our emotional support route. So we made plenty of jokes about that being family, so we couldn't mess with it, but we're moving on. All right. All right, Astrid, let's see how far we can get you here in the next 2 to 4 minutes here. That's a crazy collapse. Sucked all the trees in. I don't think we got enough time to get to Broken Railroad. Why not? Let's tire ourselves out. Let's sprint. Yeah, this idea was definitely not on my thought processes when we were starting this. I thought food was going to be my biggest issue, and I'm glad I've taken the advice, and I'm going to play this smarter and not have to redo it. 'Cause then we'd have to start over. We'd have to go. We'd have to get more food, and all that food we've prepped is it would have been wasted. And yeah, I'm, I'm thinking that would have been so heartbreaking to put that kind of time in, only to crash and burn. All right, we need to find a place to hunker down here. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to wear you out. I think we're getting close. There's a cave right there, but I think if we, yeah, this is going to lead us.
I'm starving.
I know. We go up here, we'll be right by that yellow rail car. There we go. I think we need mushrooms for that. So we could grab a few along the way here. And make some on our way. Well, not make some on the way, but we can make some while we're over here. All right. Turn that off. Put that away.
Hope nobody needs this
Oh,
anymore.
we'll have to eat it a different way. There's a go drink there, Astrid. That'll help us. So, eat this slightly not so good candy bar and eat this. And we probably could sleep the night here. What do we got over here?
I'll take it.
Pretty rugged parka. And what we got here? It's a flashlight. Let's take advantage of the flashlight. No lantern in there. That's funny. All right, where are we at? We're not quite fully recovered from our last sprint. I think we could. Plus, I think the aurora is helping us with this. Going through this tunnel too. We get a little ambient light from the lights in the tunnel. Take advantage of our sprinting. We should be really close. Broken railroad here pretty quick. And that would make me happy. That would make me feel like we got something done in this episode. We're pretty not too far over. I mean, it doesn't make a difference to me. I mean, I could make these an hour and a half long, 2 hours long. I try to stick to the hour because it's a good amount of time. I think when you do them shorter without editing, now if I was doing like an hour and a half and I was editing out stuff,
I need to find a
then
place to
30
put
minutes
this
would be
thing.
good. All right, here we are. I'm going to go back inside. And let's find a place to nap. That is way too heavy to be carrying around. And I think with that, we could sleep for 10 hours and wake up in the morning. $181. Okay. Well, next episode, we will be heading into Broken Railroad. And maybe we go to the lodge. Maybe there's some supplies there because we could use flour. And I know there's going to be roast tips and stuff over there. So maybe we'll make a little turn through there. That'll take a little bit of time, but go through the muskeg and gather supplies. If we don't find the hammer on the way, we know that it should be at the forge. So with that, we will call this episode. And like you said, we've got a lot to do. We got a lot of scavenging to do. It's gonna take a few days to do all this, but I think the end result is going to be that we'll have enough supplies to make a really good attempt at this too greedy, too deep, too greedy deal. I think the food wasn't the issue. I think the health and being able to get through it, we would have failed after getting the comments that we got. So next episode is all going to be about gathering the supplies we need to cook and prep for this challenge. So till then, we will catch you on the next one.